guys, so today I had the idea to start something sort of new. I've always wanted to incorporate masks back on my channel in some way. Like 2 years ago I did sort of like a face mask Friday thing where I would talk about a different face mask every Friday. That lasted 3 weeks. I couldn't keep up with it, and then I got pregnant and I couldn't keep up with anything. And now I have a baby. So, you know, I like doing Get Ready With Me's where I can sort of like talk and like chat and like, you know, talk about things that are like going on. But honestly, I wear the same makeup all the time now. I feel like Get Ready With Me's would be sort of boring because I would do the exact same makeup every single time. So I was trying to think of something different that I could do. And I also wanted, you know, something with like a cute little name. Like Andy's got Makeup and Chill that she did once. I hope she continues those because that was funny, you know. Mercedes has got her musings and maquillage, or maquillage and musings, whichever way it goes. And you know, I wanted something sort of cute like that. I was, you know, trying to think of lots of things with cute little names that I could do. And, you know, I wasn't coming up with anything for makeup, which is okay because I didn't really want to do makeup anyway. But I've known I've wanted to incorporate masks back into my channel somehow. So I was trying to think of like a mask thing that I could do. Then I was like, well, this is going to end up sort of being like a 100% pure week because I did the brow product on Monday that you'll see. This video will go up on Wednesday, and then Friday is actually going to be lip swatches. So I was like, well, I could maybe do something 100% pure since I'm already doing 2 other 100% pure videos this week, and it just sort of worked out that way that that's what I wanted to do this week. So I was thinking about the one 100% pure mask that I didn't declutter, and that's the Aqua Boost Hydrating Mask. So I thought, well, maybe I can do like mask days again. But then I was sort of like, but I also want to chat, but I don't want to do a makeup video. So then I thought, like, mask and chat. I think that's in my head what I was thinking. But now that I say it out loud, I'm not sure how cute it sounds. But it's like, you know, mask and chat, where I sit here and like mask with you guys with a different mask. I will do like part review of the mask, where the beginning and the end will be more of a review. And then sort of in the middle, if I'm feeling chatty that day, I could do like some chats. And then in the end, I'll put timestamps of like sort of where my chattiness is and then, you know, where it ends. So that way, if you're just here for the mask review and you want to skip the chatty part, you can do that. Once I figure out how to work timestamps, I'm not quite sure how to do them, but I'll figure it out. But I'll leave that down below. So I figured I would do 2 different masks this week actually. So I'm going to do the 100% pure Aqua Boost Hydrating Mask. I feel like my skin is feeling a little bit dry. I did use sort of a detox cleanser this morning and some exfoliating grains because I knew that I just wanted to do this. My skin looks worse on camera than I think it looks in person. But I am broken out. I'm like broken out down here. I'm like broken out around like here a lot. And I do tend to use this mask more after I've used like a detox mask or like a really drying face mask. I'll go in with a moisturizing mask, and I only have 2. I have this one, and I have the one from Andalou Naturals that I'm not sure if the formula's changed on. It's the 1000 Roses hydrating mask. I don't know if it's still the same as it used to be. Jill's going for my iPhone cord. It's like sitting right here. I almost would have lost it if I hadn't just looked at her. But I know that a couple of other companies have either recently come out with moisturizing masks or they are going to. Like Caffeine just released a moisture mask, which I'm interested in. And then Josh Rosebrook is also working on a moisture mask that he will be releasing soon. So I feel like moisture masks were sort of missing from Green Beauty. There's not that many options out there. And this is like one of the only ones that I had that I kind of like. And it's one of the only 100% pure skincare, you know, things that I like. So I thought about doing this, and then I also thought I would include these, the Bright Eyes to depuff and brighten eye masky things. So I thought I would sort of do those, you know, like together, and then have a little chat, and then, you know, there we go. So first off, we'll start, like I was saying, this is a moisture mask, and it is the only one of the 4 masks that I had from 100% Pure that I didn't declutter because I do like this one. I do think that there are probably more effective moisture masks out there. But this one does work pretty well. It's 3.4 ounces and it's $35 on the 100% Pure website. And the ingredients in here, I mean, I really like. It's aloe leaf juice, rosehip seed oil, rose water, cucumber hydrosol, candelia wax, vitamin E, vitamin C, calendula, chrysanthemum, green tea leaf, licorice root, Japanese honeysuckle, and then hyaluronic acid. So for a moisture mask, I do think it's, you know, I think it's a really great ingredient set. I know a lot of people are wary of the Japanese honeysuckle, but I mean, it's sort of like phenoxyethanol or like your preservative of choice. It's just like whatever you feel comfortable with. And I don't feel uncomfortable with the Japanese honeysuckle. I've done my research and I don't feel uncomfortable with it. This is also vegan and gluten free, and 100% Pure is a cruelty free brand, and which has like mostly vegan options. They do have some vegetarian where they have like milk proteins or like honey and stuff, but this is not one of them. And then the Bright Eyes masks are, again, they're vegan. I think they're gluten free. Maybe not. This one doesn't say if it's gluten free or not, but these are aloe leaf juice, matcha green tea, green coffee, yerba mate tea, cucumber hydrosol, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and plant cellulose. So there aren't a lot of these kinds of products that are vegan on the market either. The only ones I knew of before I knew that these were released were from a company called To Go Spa, which aren't vegan. They do have sort of like a shellfish ingredient in them. So I was looking for something of that type that did the same thing. That's sort of like, you put it under your eyes, it sort of like works to depuff, brighten, you know, sort of like moisturize down there, which I really need like at this stage of my life because I don't sleep. My under eyes are always super dark and tired looking, and I do like these kinds of products to sort of, you know, revitalize this area. The only other one that I know of after I found this one is the Honest Hazel, which I can do in a different video as well because I really like those. But this is what I'm going to do this week. So these are $29 for a pack of 5 on the 100% Pure website, or they're $7 each. I do really kind of think that's overpriced actually, because the masks that they have in this size that are like the full sheet masks are the same price. They're $29 for a pack of 5. Or $7 for one. So I really think that they really need to work on the pricing for this, because I don't think that that's not a good value. I mean, for $7 for one of these sheet masks, I do think is sort of like on par with like Green Beauty, and I feel like it's affordable. But for $7 for one, like a one-use pair of under eye gels, I feel like it should be a little bit more inexpensive. Like even $5 would probably be a little bit better. So anyway, the Honest Hazel ones are cheaper, and I do feel like recently I've seen a couple more of these. I didn't write them down, I should have, and I don't know if I can find them again, but I feel like I've seen more vegan eye gels like this around recently, so I'll have to go back and look and maybe do like a comparison of all of them at some point. But this is what I've got going on for today. I've already washed my face with a detox scrub, or a detox facial wash, and then I also use some cleansing grains to sort of exfoliate because I haven't showered today. I'm not planning on it. So my face usually does need exfoliation in the morning. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do these first. I'm going to put the eye brights on first, and then I'm going to put the other mask on. So this is before, what my face looks like before. I'm hoping you'll see the most difference in my under eyes. And then I'm hoping this will sort of like make my face look a little bit more plump and like less drying. So before. Okay. So now we're going to put these under eye gels on. And I do really like this sort of product. I really liked the To Go Spa ones before I found out that they weren't vegan. That really bummed me out. So, I mean, you could probably get these to work for you more than once, but I've never tried to reuse these sort of like eye gel things. I just feel like it's impractical to sort of like put them back in here and then like put them in the fridge and hope that they don't dry out, but I don't know. So there's these. They do have, this is the only eye gel I think that they've got on 100% Pure, but I know they have 3 different kinds of these sort of like full face masks. The one that I've got are the caffeine masks, and they also have the green tea masks, which is another vegan formula. So it's like this, only it's over your whole face. This one is vegan, and then the green tea full face masks are vegan. And then they also have a ginseng, which is actually one of their, I think it's their buy a certain amount of product and get that free this month deal. They've got those every once in a while. It's if you buy $90 worth of 100% Pure product this month, you get a 5-pack of the ginseng masks, and those ones do have royal jelly and honey in them, so those aren't completely vegan, but they do have those as options. So I'm also going to spray my face with a little bit of toner. I've just brought in some Cocoa Kind rosewater toner. I did have the 100% Pure Rose Hydrosol for a while, but I've actually finished it, but I can link that down below. But that's sort of like the exact same product, only the 100% Pure one I think has less. The Cocoa Kind one is 4 ounces, and the 100% Pure one is 1.6 ounces, and I think it's like $15. So there's that. So I just wanted to spray that a little bit to give my face a little bit of moisture. And then I'm going to go in with this mask and just put it everywhere that the eye gels are not. And if you hear Jessie, I'm sorry. She is a complete freak. She's trying to get in the bathroom because she does this thing where she wants to get in the toilet. And then she wants to drink out of the toilet because she is a psycho. Okay, so mask application applied. So yeah, like I was saying, I probably will look into I've got a sample of the Josh Rosebrook new hydrating mask that came with my recent Beauty Heroes order. It's the Love More promotion this month. If you spend $125 in the Beauty Heroes shop, you get sneak peek samples of the new balm cream and the hydrating mask from 100% Pure, or not 100% Pure, from Josh Rosebrook. And I did try the balm cream last night and I really, really like it. I haven't tried the mask yet. Maybe I'll do another one of these for that mask. I probably will look into purchasing either the Kahina one or the Josh Rosebrook hydrating mask once this one is out, but I sort of like this one for right now, and it's more affordable than those two. The Kahina one, I think, is $88, and I'm not quite sure how much the Josh Rosebrook one will be. I feel like if it's on par with his enzyme exfoliator and the cacao mask he's got, it'll be around $60, but I don't know for sure. So these keep sliding down. Hopefully I can get them to stay in place. So we'll leave this on. I don't know, I like to leave masks on a really long time. Probably half an hour at least. I won't sit here and chat for that long, but that's how long I'll leave it on, and then I'll come back on with you guys and remove it. And you can see the finished result and then like my final thoughts on it. So if that's all you want, I will leave the timestamp below for when I finish chatting. And then you can just skip to that. But if you want to sit here and chat with me, then that is what I'm going to be doing right now. Okay, so I haven't really like chatted in a long time. I do still want to do like my Oliver, it'll probably be either his 7th or 8th month update at this point. I was going to do a 6 month, but it's now like 2 weeks past his 6 month birthday, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to get to it because I've got a lot of other videos I want to get out first. I actually have his 5 month and 6 month bloom box that I filmed. I haven't even put up yet, so I'll put those up eventually, but so I will do an update on him eventually, just not right now. But right now he managed to go down for a nap before I sat down to film this. This is now updating, but I can watch him on the nest and he's sleeping still. Hopefully I get, a good nap out of him. Some days he naps pretty well, other days he doesn't. Whoops, just dropped the phone on Jill. She didn't appreciate that. So I'm hoping today is one of those days that he naps pretty well. One of the cats is under the bed being stupid. Okay. So the main thing that I really wanted to talk about is, I guess sort of like sponsored content. So up until this point, I've been doing YouTube for like 3 years almost. And I never really thought about sponsored content because honestly, I've never been approached with the opportunity. I've gotten a couple weird emails from like certain brands that I'm not interested in about it, but it's like sort of like a mass emailing thing where they just email a bunch of bloggers and, hope one bites. I've never, sort of like looked into that because I would never do any kind of sponsored content that I wasn't like already a fan of the brand of. I have a really hard time with people who like promote products or brands that they've never tried themselves. Sort of like, for instance, that whole avocado mattress thing that went around for a while, like they approached me too and they were like, use our affiliate link to sort of like, sign up to be an affiliate for us, and then like whatever people buy, you'll get a certain percentage. And like I use affiliate links, I don't have an issue with that. It's just like being approached from a brand that I haven't even tried yet. I even emailed them back yet. I was like, I understand where you're coming from, but I have an issue, like trying to sell people on something that I've never even tried myself. Like I can't, in good conscience, like promote your mattress that I've never tried. And yeah, I had like an issue with that. And then they followed me on Instagram for a while and then like unfollowed me. I was like, fine, whatever. But that's something that I would, oh, damn it, he's awake. He just rolled over. Why does he do this to me? I'll have to bring him in here. Hopefully I can get a few more minutes before he starts screaming. He's just rolling around in there. Hi, Oliver. God, see, this is what he does. He naps for like 20 minutes. It's like I never get a break. He's not crying, so I'm just going to leave him there for now. But anyway, because I do really only want to just talk about one thing, so I can like talk about that and then I could get him and come back and finish. But the one thing that I wanted to talk about is, so like I would never like feature or like be paid to talk about something that I've never tried or like don't believe in. So you guys know that I love Coco Cosmetiques. I've talked about them quite a bit. I did a full brand review. I did a review on their product Trésor. I've talked about them on Instagram. I featured them in favorites videos. I've talked about them in a recent empties video. Like, that is a brand that I truly love and stand behind, and her line is entirely vegan, which fits, you know, it fits my channel. Like, I know I do talk about some honey and stuff every once in a while, but I do look for mostly vegan products to talk to you guys about because my channel is a vegan channel and I do want to sort of fit that mostly. Though I do plan on talking about honey and beeswax and my decision behind using that at some point. I mean, I've talked about it in videos before, but I want to do a dedicated video. So you guys know that I love Coco Cosmetiques. Like I was saying, I believe in her ethos. Oyeta, the brand owner, I've like gone to talk to a bunch of times. We've emailed back and forth all the time. I really, really like her. I really love her products. I think they're effective. I think they're beautiful. They're wonderfully made. The ingredients are fantastic. I know how much work and love she puts into her brand. I feel like they're luxury, but they're not so high end that they're unobtainable. I think her most expensive product is like $80, or maybe it's like $85. I can't remember exactly, but in terms of luxury skincare, her brand is not over. I don't feel like it's overpriced. I feel like it's obtainable luxury skincare. So I've done a bunch of reviews for her in the past, and she has worked with other bloggers, but she presented me with an opportunity to do some videos for her where I would feature each product individually in a video. And she knows how much time and effort it takes to make a video, and especially something where she's asking me to, you know, do something for her that's like out of what I would usually do, like a review, like an overview brand review or whatever. So I was on board with this, with what she was asking, and I really wanted to do it because I love all of her products. I truly do. So she offered to pay to have these videos produced, which I don't think is unreasonable, because I'm putting a lot of time and effort into these videos. I'm using resources. You know, I bought specific stuff to, like, I paid for props and, you know, for like a light kit and stuff, more than what she actually paid me to produce all of the videos, because I wanted to have like a professional sort of like setup for things like this, like if I ever wanted to do anything like this in the future. Because I did want it to have like a different look. I didn't want it to be what I usually do. I wanted it to be sort of like different and like more professional looking. Oh my god, my cats are driving me crazy today. But so anyway, so I did the first video. I did the one on the detox mask, and I was waiting for her to tell me when she wanted to release it, because I was going to release it on my channel. She was going to put it in her newsletter. She was going to, I think she's got a channel that she's going to also put it on her channel, because she was looking to have sort of like this be on all forms of her social media, because honestly, she does like working with me and I like working with her. So this was something that I really was supportive of and wanted to do. And I didn't think it was going to be an issue that she'd paid me to do it. Now, I released the video because she was planning on putting it on the newsletter that she had released like 2 weeks ago now, I think. But then at the end of the newsletter, she had felt like it was kind of wordy and she wasn't ready to put the video on it. So I had released it for a couple of hours, and then she emailed me later and said, you know, let's wait and let's do this a different time, because the newsletter is kind of wordy. I don't want to overwhelm people. So I made it private again. So it's not on my channel right now, but it's sitting there. The thing that disheartened me the most is knowing how much time I put into it. The first, I guess, the very first like or dislike, or like the very first rating was a dislike on it. And I really felt, I just felt very awful. I don't know if people have a problem that it's paid for or the way that I did it. So I guess here's my issue with YouTube is you're perfectly allowed to like dislike something if you like. You know, if you don't like the video that I do, you'll dislike it, whatever. But what I have the most problem with is nobody tells you why. Like, if you don't like something that I've done, is it because it's paid for, or is it because you don't like the style that I've done it in? Do you just not like me? Like, what is it? So by the time that I'd privated that video, it had been disliked 4 times, and I was feeling really, really like sort of upset. I don't let dislikes bother me for the most part because honestly I know that people are just judgmental and whatever, but the fact that this had only been out for a couple of hours and it had amassed this large number of discounts or dislikes, in my opinion, it felt really disheartening. So I guess my question to you guys is, when you see that something is sponsored, I mean, I sort of have this opinion too on certain sponsored content. It has to sort of do with the blogger who's doing it and what the content is. Like, if I see somebody who's got sponsored content for something they've never talked about before, yeah, I'm gonna feel skeptical. But if it's something that they've talked about previously on their channel that hasn't been paid for before, I'm going to tend to believe that they're working with this company because the company likes the content they've produced in the past and they want to work with them more and want to show that they value their time and that kind of thing. So like if I see something for like skinny tea where it's like paid for, or like something unusual, like, I don't know, where it's just something that they never talk about before, yeah, I'm gonna feel like you did this just because it was paid for and I don't trust your opinion and I'm not gonna listen to you. But in my case, I was hoping it would go over differently because I've talked about Ococo's products quite a few times. I'm gonna go get him. Okay, so Oliver's sitting here with me now. Hopefully he stays quiet. Yeah. I look probably freaky. He's like, who are you? What'd you do with my mom? So anyway, so I'd hope that it would go over differently because I've talked about them before and I really stand behind them as a brand. So I guess my question to you guys is, like, this isn't something I'm planning on doing like a lot. Like, I'm not planning on working with brands that I've never worked with before. I've never even been approached by any other brand to do paid content. So this isn't something that will like happen a lot on my channel. I don't even expect that it'll happen again anytime soon if it does. This just was an opportunity that she presented me with, and you know, I do this as a hobby. Like, I'm not like paid, like I said, like by brands to do reviews. These are done because I feel like talking about these things, and it's, you know, time out of my day that I do these things. And I feel like if a brand understands that and wants me to do more from them that I would usually do, I'm totally okay with that. Like, I don't have a problem being paid to do something that I would do, but just sort of like extra. So I guess my question to you guys is how would you like to see that presented, I guess? Because what I don't want is to have like 7 videos of products of hers that have like 80 dislikes on them because people just dislike them because they're sponsored content. Like, I wanted you guys to sort of understand why I said yes and like maybe think about it differently. Or I don't know if the people who disliked it are people that don't usually watch me regularly, or if you watch me regularly and you just really didn't like it. Like, tell me why you dislike something. Like, if you're going to dislike that video when I release it again, leave me a comment why, or drop me an email. Like, I want to know how to make these things better so that way I can, you know, make future videos that I'm going to be making anyway better. Like, did you just have a problem with the way that I made the video? Is it the fact that it's just because I got paid to do it? Like, I mean, if you don't make videos, you don't understand sort of like the time and energy and resources that go into producing something that you basically do for free. Like, I do have affiliate links, but they're, you know, it's not that that's a steady stream of income. It's just every once in a while that something comes in that you guys click on a link for, and I do appreciate when you guys use my links because it helps me sort of like create better content, or you know, purchase more content to like make for you guys. So yeah, I'm not like asking anybody to sort of justify their dislike on like every video, because I don't care. Like, if somebody dislikes my video, I usually don't care. I don't get beat up about it. It doesn't bother me. Though the one person who keeps disliking my Beauty Heroes videos, like, why? Just stop watching them if you don't like them that much. Like, I don't understand when there's like one dislike out there and it's like it's a dislike on the same kind of video every single month, but whatever. I usually don't dwell on these kinds of things, but when it's something that I've worked really hard on and it doesn't go over the way that I anticipated it going, it does kind of hurt. Like, I feel like, I don't know, that you guys like don't trust me, or that I'm like doing something mischievous or like scandalous or just dishonestly. But I mean, I wrote in the description that I collaborated on that video with Ococo Cosmetiques, and really it was just, she gave me what she would like to see. She told me I'd like 2 to 3 minute videos of this kind of like like a review, but only of one product each time. She didn't tell me how to do it. She didn't tell me how she wanted to see it. She sort of left the creative process up to me, and that the whole thing was me. And yeah, it probably sounded scripted because it was, because I normally don't like write out a script for myself when I talk about things, but in that case I wanted it to be more professional. I wanted it to be like better, and those were all my words. Like she didn't tell me what to say. She didn't tell me how she wanted me to say it. I just, for my own peace of mind and to make sure that I said everything that I wanted to say, I wrote a script for myself so that way I could record it later. Which, I don't know, maybe that's what you guys didn't like. Maybe you didn't like that it was sort of like, I don't know, was it commercially? I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it in unlisted in this video so you guys can go watch it again and tell me what your opinions, if there's something that you think that I should change, if there's like a specific reason you didn't like it. I don't know. But like because I'm going to be creating multiples of these kinds of videos, and I would like to know for the future, like what you did or didn't like about it. So, I mean, the one comment that I got on it was positive, but I got a bunch of dislikes, which is disheartening. Like, again, because I spent a lot of time on it. I worked really hard on it. I was proud of it. Oyeta really loved it. I had emailed it to her, and she sort of like looked through it, and she was like, this is great. She had me make a couple of notes about like an essential oil and something like that, but it wasn't like she was like, change everything that you did here. She liked what I did and just, you know, had me make a couple of notes, but that was it. That was all me. Like, I would not feel comfortable doing something that I was sort of like strictly, you do this, do this, do this, and this is the way that it needs to be. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I would never agree to that. But she just sort of was like, I will compensate you for making these videos. You do them however you want to do them. This is like my only sort of like thinking of how I want them is like, you know, 2 to 3 minutes style videos. Mine was almost 6 minutes because it was a mask video and I wanted to have lots of information in there. But she, I mean, I guess I don't get it. I just felt sad that it got that sort of reaction that it did in the short amount of time that it was up. So that's really all that I wanted to talk about today, was sort of, I guess, get your guys' opinion on sponsored content. And I hate the word sponsored. I mean, maybe it just sort of like sounds bad to people. Like, maybe that's why people don't like it, is they're like, oh, it's sponsored. It must be like whatever, but I don't know. And like, anyway, that's all that I wanted to talk about today, really. And I would like to get your guys' honest opinions and thoughts. And I probably, like I said, I might leave the video unlisted down below so you can look at it and watch it and tell me what you think. And if you are one of the people who disliked it, but you don't want to leave a comment, like, shoot me an email. Like, I'm totally comfortable with that. I can take constructive criticism. I can. There are some people who say that they can, but they can't. From personal experience. But I can definitely take constructive criticism. And if you just don't like it because it was paid for, I mean, that's totally fine. That's your opinion as well. But I don't think that that's wrong. And I don't have any sort of like guilty feelings about accepting a project like that. I just want to know what I can do to make it, you know, I guess better or more likable by you guys. Because ultimately I am producing the content for you, but I am also doing it in collaboration with Okoko Cosmetiques because she likes working with me. That's why I accepted it. So anyway, that's all that I've got. Those are my thoughts. That's all that I wanted to really chat about today. And maybe I'll show you guys my little monkey here. See, yes, this is why I do. You know, I mean, he's partly the reason why I accepted the project as well, because I've got expenses now that I didn't have before. You know, we pay for a nanny, and the affiliate links help, but any extra I can make on the side to sort of like help do what I want to do with him. Like, I don't want to put him in daycare. I would rather hire a nanny that's in the house, and maybe that's a little bit more expensive, and, you know, I want to do things to sort of like help. So, I mean, most of the money that I make from affiliate links goes right back into like product that I buy. But, you know, if that's money that I don't have to spend out of my own check to buy product, if I'm just using strictly affiliate money, then I feel like I'm not doing anything, you know, that is wrong. Oh, you see yourself in the mirror? He's laughing at himself. Oh, yeah, my little movie star. Look at how big he is. Oh, what is today? Today's the 9th, I think. So that means in 12 days, 9th, 10th, 11th, 13 days, he's going to be 7 months old. Oh my God. I'm so not ready. So not ready. And he's going to be taking his first plane trip in May. We'll see how that goes. If you've ever traveled with a almost 8-month-old, If you've got any tips, like, let me know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at buying a second car seat for the plane to have, because we're going to be renting a car once we get to where we're going. So I'm looking at buying like a second sort of like travel car seat, because we've got the Kiko Next Fit, but it's 25 pounds. It's like a big bulky thing. So I'm looking at something that's more like 15 pounds that we can sort of like travel with, and anytime we go anywhere, or like if to have like an extra car seat, like, because we only have one car, so our car seat usually stays in the car, but it'd be nice to have like an extra, so that if I like wanted to go out and my husband's got the car in the car seat and someone wants to pick me up or something. So I am looking at some like travel car seats that are, you know, a little bit lighter, but are still like safe and effective. So that's what I've been doing lately to sort of get us ready for our trip. I've been researching car seats a lot lately. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But like I said, I'll talk about him more when I do like his little Oliver video. He does have 2 teeth coming through on the bottom. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. God, he's so cute. And he's so happy when he wakes up from his naps, even when he doesn't nap that long. Yeah. You tell them. What time is it anyway? Oh my God, it's only 3. Usually, he woke up early this morning because he went to bed super early last night. He usually goes to bed about 10:30 because my husband gets home late. But last night, for some reason, I put him down for what I thought was going to be his 3rd nap about 7, and then he did not wake up. He wouldn't wake up. Like, I was out in the kitchen making noise. I like ran the blender. I was like doing a bunch of things, like hoping he would wake up, and he didn't wake up. So I had to wake him up at like midnight to change his diaper, because he was not in a nighttime diaper. And then I fed him a little bit, so he really essentially went down like 5 hours earlier than he usually does. And then he woke up about 8 today. But he was sort of like stirring all night last night. Probably from going to bed pretty early, but anyway. That is the chatty portion of this video. I will come back once I'm ready to sort of like remove the mask and show you the after, and then give you my final thoughts on these 2 products, and then we will complete the video. So I'll see you guys in a little. Okay, so I've had this on probably about half an hour. Yeah. So I'm going to take this off. I warmed a cloth with I wet a cloth with warm water. So I'm just going to wipe it off, and then we will show you the after and sort of like do a side-by-side and see if my face looks any plumper or, you know, more hydrated and brighter. So I'm going to take these off first. Let's take these guys off first. Is that silly? And then we're just going to wipe this stuff off. Oliver thinks I'm hysterical. Yeah. Me too, buddy, me too. So let's pat it dry. Wait for it to fully dry, and then I'll sort of like feel what I think it's done here. Okay, so here is the after. So I do feel like it's a little bit brighter. I mean, like, I won't know for sure until I go back and watch the footage and the side-by-side to know if it's, you know, like that much brighter for sure, but I do feel like it's, you know, moisturized, and it doesn't feel as like dry as it did before I did the mask. And my under eyes, I don't know that they really look that much different, but maybe a little. But I'm tired. I'm tired all the time. So it's like, it's hard for anything to make a real difference. Like eye creams and eye stuff, it just like doesn't make that much of a difference. Yes, it does. Because of you. Because you don't let me sleep ever. But I don't know, I like this mask. I mean, I like it every once in a while. And like I said, I do it a lot after I do like a really intense like clay mask or a detox mask or something like that. I do really like it after that. So my skin does feel, you know, like hydrated, and I feel like it maybe is a little bit plumper. I'm interested to try this one against some other hydrating masks though. I am interested to try it against like the Josh Rosebrook or like the Kahina. So I do have a sample of the Josh Rosebrook mask that I think might last like 1 or 2 applications, so maybe I'll do that sometime, do that mask as well, and like do one of these, sort of like my first impressions of the Josh Rosebrook mask. Maybe I'll do that for like next week or something, I don't know. But I tried, like I said, I tried the Balm Cream, and I really, really liked that last night. But overall, I do really like these products. I'm not sure if I like the 100% pure under eye gel thing more than I like the Honest Hazel. I'd have to do sort of like a side-by-side comparison of those as well. And maybe that's another video that I could do. I could do like one on one eye and one on the other. See how they compare to each other and which one's more moisturizing, which one, if either one of them makes it any brighter. But so yeah, I'm gonna leave the links for all of these things that I talked about down below in case you're interested. But I mean, I think they're decent. This, like I said, is the one 100% pure mask that I do like from the line. I did declutter the brightening mask and then a couple of detox masks that I don't think are as effective as the moisture mask is. I do like it. So I mean, it didn't tone down any redness or anything, but I wasn't expecting it to. But so yeah, that's it for me and Oliver. That's it for us today. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said in my chatty part, let me know what you think about that. That's probably the only time I'll talk about it. I don't know. I don't really know. I know everybody has their opinions on stuff like that. So just let me know, and I will see you guys in my next one. If there's any masks that you'd like to see me do this kind of video on, if there's like anything in particular you've seen me talk about or mention or whatever, and you want to see one of these videos for that mask, leave it down below and I will definitely put it on the list of ones to do. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.